Okay, so today we're going to take a deep dive. You ready?
Always ready for a deep dive.
Let's talk about the Mourning Warbler.
Oh, interesting choice.
Yeah, this video we found on YouTube titled Exploring the Fascinating World of Mourning Warbler. Interesting facts. The Beast World. It's a channel called The Beast World.
Okay.
And it's really fascinating. They're known as being very secretive birds.
They are.
So that's kind of our challenge today, is to peel back the layers and see if we can figure out some of the mysteries.
I love a challenge.
Yeah, me too. So just to pique your interest right off the bat.
Okay.
Did you know that these birds can mimic other species?
That's pretty cool. I mean, we know a lot of birds mimic, but...
Yeah, why would they do that? That's what we're going to try to find out.
Awesome.
So first of all, appearance-wise,
yeah.
The males are pretty striking looking, right?
Oh, yeah, they're beautiful. Especially when you see them like during spring migration when they're in their breeding plumage. Bright yellow belly, that gray-green back, and then that really distinctive dark gray hood.
Yeah, it's like a little bandit mask.
Yeah, like Zorro.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But the females are a little more subdued.
Right.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, you have to remember these are ground nesting birds.
Okay.
And the females are the ones that spend a lot of time, obviously, sitting on a nest. So it's, camouflage is key.
That makes sense. So they kind of blend into the background.
Exactly. If you've ever tried to find a nest, you could be staring right at it and not even see it.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It's really amazing.
So speaking of habitat, they seem to be pretty selective.
They are.
About where they live.
Yeah, they like dense, shrubby areas.
Okay.
Typically near water. So think like deciduous forests, mixed woodlands, regenerating clear cuts.
Okay.
As long as there's a lot of like dense undergrowth.
Okay.
And usually near water, they really like to be near water.
Interesting. And they're not afraid to travel.
No, they're not.
I mean, they're going from Canada and the northern U.S. all the way down to Central America.
Yeah, that's a long trip.
So it's a huge migration for a bird that small.
Huge. It's thousands of miles.
I know, it's hard enough for us in a car or a plane.
Exactly. I know. And they're doing it, navigating by the stars and the sun and who knows what else.
Yeah, and all the while dealing with predators.
Oh, yeah.
And storms and, all the other things that...
And habitat loss.
Yeah, habitat loss, all the things that we're throwing at them.
Absolutely.
And they still manage to make this incredible journey.
It's a testament to their resilience. They're tough little birds.
Yeah, they are. So all this migrating, it's got to take a lot of energy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So what are they eating?
Mostly insects and spiders.
Okay.
They're really good at gleaning, hopping along branches, picking things off of leaves and twigs.
And their beak that kind of helps with that, right?
Yeah, it's slender and pointed.
Yeah.
So they can really probe into like little crevices and, underneath leaves and stuff.
So I guess that goes hand in hand with that dense shrubby habitat that they like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, they're foraging really close to the ground.
Okay.
They're not like up in the treetops or anything.
So that's part of how they stay hidden too.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're eating insects and spiders.
Yeah, but they also like berries and fruit.
Okay, so a little bit of a mix.
Yeah, they're opportunistic. So, especially during migration when they need all the energy they can get.
Okay, so opportunistic omnivores.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now let's get to the name, the Mourning Warbler.
The mournful song.
Yeah, what is it about their song that's so mournful?
Well, I think it depends on your interpretation.
Okay.
It's a series of clear whistled phrases, each one descending in pitch.
Okay.
And it does have kind of a melancholic quality to it.
Some people describe it as being flute-like, almost haunting.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I've read that there are regional variations in their song.
There are, different populations have slightly different dialects.
Really?
Yeah, and scientists think it's because of, maybe geographic isolation or adaptations to different habitats. And they use spectrograms, which are like visual representations of sound, to actually analyze these little subtle differences.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. So they can actually see the differences in the songs.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really amazing.
So why all this singing?
Well, it's all about, attracting a mate and establishing territory.
Okay.
The males will sing from prominent perches, advertising their presence, to rivals and potential mates.
Okay, makes sense. So once they've attracted a mate and they're ready to raise a family, they build their nests on the ground.
On the ground, yeah.
That seems a little risky.
It is. It's risky.
With all the predators.
There are a lot of predators out there, snakes, raccoons, skunks.
Yeah.
Even domestic cats are a problem for ground nesting birds.
So why do they do it?
Well, it's a trade-off, I guess.
Okay.
They're sacrificing a little bit of safety for access to food.
That makes sense.
There's a lot of insects and other invertebrates down at ground level.
Okay, so it's a tough world out there.
It is.
But they're managing, now this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Mimicry.
Yes.
These birds can mimic the calls of other species.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
Well, we don't know for sure, but there are some really cool hypotheses.
Okay.
One idea is that it could be a form of defense. Mimicking the call of a predator to scare off an attacker.
Like a bluff?
Yeah, like, hey, there's a hawk over here, you better watch out.
Right, exactly.
Or it could be a way to confuse rivals, to gain a competitive edge.
Okay.
Imagine a male mourning warbler mimicking the alarm call of another species, that could cause nearby birds to scatter, giving him easier access to food or a better nesting site.
So they're playing mind games?
Yeah, they're pretty smart.
Wow, so much we still don't know about these birds.
There is.
What's the conservation outlook for the mourning warbler?
Well, the good news is they're considered a species of least concern, which means they're not endangered.
That's good.
But habitat loss is a big threat,
Yeah.
Especially the destruction of those, dense water-rich habitats that they really depend on.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense given their very specific habitat needs.
Right, exactly.
Well, this has been a real eye-opener for me.
Yeah.
I always thought of the mourning warbler as just kind of a, pretty bird with a sad song. But there's so much more to them.
Oh, yeah. They're much more complex than that.
They're resourceful, they're adaptable, and they have all these cool secrets.
And who knows what else we'll learn about them,
Yeah, there's still so much more to discover.
Exactly. I mean, future research might reveal even more about their vocal repertoire.
Right.
Or their migratory patterns, or even their social interactions.
That's really exciting.
It is.
Well, thanks for being here and sharing your expertise with us.
My pleasure.
This has been a great deep dive into the world of the mourning warbler.
Yeah, it has. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and thanks to everyone out there for listening.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.